Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy FT Wally bringing you another audio commentary. Uh, I think I want to start some kind of series. I don't know if I'm smart enough to come up with good topics in the time frames, but thought-filled Thursday or something along those lines, where every once in a while I kind of get up here and talk to you about some kind of topic that really grinds my gears and makes me passionate. And do it in a somewhat funny way. Obviously, I don't want you guys to sit here and be bored listening to a thesis statement by some high school student. Um, and this time, I have a topic that really hits home to me. If you guys didn't know anything about my life story, I was the weird kid. I have ADHD, attention deficit hyperactive disorder, which works great on YouTube, by the way. People love hyperactive, crazy kids. For some reason, it's not so much like that at school. Everyone's worrying about fitting in and not being weird, and so people often take kids like me who have ADHD and are screaming, running around the room in elementary school, and they label us as weird or not normal, or if you go next to that person, you're gonna get a disease. That, believe it or not, that's happened. People, it's in a book called The Cheese Touch. They're not called The Cheese Touch, but it's called The Cheese Touch in a book. I can't remember the name of it. As a joke, but that actually happens. People were afraid that they were gonna catch the weird virus from me in elementary school, meaning that if you sat next to me for too long, or you helped me with anything, or you even talked to me in elementary school, that you would become weird like myself. And so that was very, very harming for a elementary school kid, as you guys might know. Like, you're starting to grow into yourself. You're starting to finally figure out, not even finally figure out who you are, but you're starting to understand more things about yourself that you didn't. And it's really, you start to, I would say elementary school, a little bit more middle school, is where you start to carve out who you are as a human being. And so that stayed with me for a long time. Even through middle school, I thought, well, why would anybody want to be my friend? Even through high school. And one reason why I would say that I feel like I am able to talk about this is the fact that I was the weird kid. And now I have 167 people who follow me on YouTube. Thank you guys. But that's not what I mean. But you know what I'm saying? It's just this fact of, oh, that guy's weird. I don't want to be next to them, or treat them the same as I would anybody else. That's a huge issue, and I don't understand how that happened. I threw a grenade straight up, and it like walked. Anyways, sorry, I got distracted. Attention deficit hyperactive disorder. My bad. But I also, let me continue. I also had something called dysgraphia. Dysgraphia is a disease that wants to be dyslexia but can't, because it's a little bit better. I only have struggles with writing and spelling, and literally, like, my hand will just not function right. It'll freak out and just cramp up on itself. I can read really well. I can read you most college books. I'm really well versed in my speaking, which a lot of kids with dyslexia aren't. So I have all these things, but I have this dumb hand that does not want to do what it's told. Give me like, do art stuff. I mean, it'll look like a kindergartner did it, because my hands just don't function in a way that they should, which is really interesting, the fact that I'm really good at hand-eye coordination on Call of Duty. So if I ever have a bad shot, I'm just going to blame it on my disease. But anyways, so I was the kid who wrote weird, who looked weird, who sounded weird, who talked weird, who acted weird. And so I had a lot of stuff going against me, I guess. And the point of this is, now that I'm a senior, I don't really care what people think. I'm gonna see these people for maybe another year of my education, another 200 so days, another whatever, another 6 months, 7 months, 8 months. I'm not gonna see these kids probably ever again. Maybe in the parking lot sometime whenever I come back to visit parents, or maybe somehow we go to the same college or something, which is unlikely. And I'm thinking about it, and why, like, I'm starting to do it myself. I went through this phase in middle school where I hated everyone who had ADD, who couldn't cope with it like I could. Because after elementary school, I was able to understand that, you know, people, normal in quotations, don't run around and scream like crazy kids. And so I was like, oh, that's not normal. So I'm going to cover up who I really am, this crazy, goofy, funny kid, and I'm going to be this timid, oh, the world hates me kind of kid, and I'm gonna basically push myself to being normal, and I'm so unhappy. I am so unhappy when I'm not the center of attention. Sorry, but it's true. I'm so unhappy when I'm not when I not able to release all my energy. And YouTube is a great way for me to do that. You know, I'm sitting here, I'm like throwing my hands back and forth. Playing video games has always been a huge thing. That's why I rage a lot, because I have all this emotion that's just overflowing. And and so if those of you who are in high school, you know, 4 years seems like a long time if you're a freshman, right? 4 years, it's not. It's really not. Something you do freshman year, no one, maybe one person out of a 3,000 school high school remembers a rumor that was told about me in freshman year. Maybe one person. And so the way I see it is that me and a guy named Ian got into a huge debate on Twitter. Not really a huge debate, just a little bit of a debate. And it was basically that you know, I said my new commentary idea is that everybody you know, is worth the same. That everybody deserves to be treated the same. Everybody, a life is a life, and that's it. I mean, you can't. A life isn't based on how much good they've done or how much bad they've done. A life is a life, and that's it. And so when I see some of these kids in my school, it just breaks my heart. You know, seeing them sitting there by themselves because society has told them that they don't matter. For some kids. Others, it's that you're weird, or you don't act like everyone else, or you don't dress like everyone else, or you don't sound like everyone else, or you don't do things like everyone else. You know, everything under the sun, and it's so sad, because that was me, and now that I'm a senior, I'm starting to wish that throughout my last 3 years I didn't make fun of a lot of these kids that have these issues. That I actually embraced them and for all their weirdness and got to know who they are, because I'm sure they're great people. And so kind of my challenge is for you, if you're weird, don't care. Don't care what other people think. I mean, I know it's easy to sit up here and say, but it's hard to do. And that's one thing that I'm not gonna run around and scream and stuff, but I'm saying that kids who don't necessarily look like everybody else or don't necessarily act like everybody else, they say things at times where maybe they shouldn't. Why do we care? In all honesty, why do we care? And so this is for you, who are the weird kid and don't have very many friends. Just be yourself. If people don't like you, you only got 1 more year, 2 more years, 3 more years, 4 more years, whatever. If right now you are somebody who's maybe making fun of people, dude, I mean, it's not worth it. A life is a life is a life, you know, and doing that can really destroy somebody's life. And no one thinks better of you because you talk trash about somebody who is different or weird or not normal. And so I that's just one thing that really had my mind today, and really I need to think more about, is, you know, am I really making everyone feel included? Am I really being the best person that I can be? And so I just wanted to leave you guys with that thought. This has been your boy F2 Wally. Please leave a like, comment, rate, and subscribe, and check out my Twitch. I live stream a lot. Peace.